Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. I know that we didn't necessarily get to go a ton of places in our break, but I hope that life gives you the opportunity to go tons of places and that you are making the great choice of where you choose to go. Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who will decide where to go. Or girl. If you're a girl, you'll decide where to go to. You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. So I put so many choices, right and wrong choices. So he is faced with tons of choices each time he chooses to go down a different path. And so he has the brains and he's going to choose based on his knowledge what he's going to do. And so he has to make those decisions. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along. You'll start happening too. And so I wrote that there's a word here, the word stew. And I know that stew is a food, but I know that they're not talking about food in this instance. And so I'm going to go back and reread. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. So I'm hearing don't worry, maybe don't be anxious. I could say maybe don't focus on the negatives that are happening. That sounds right. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. I put, this is so encouraging. I put, you can do it. And this is a great attitude to have. So whenever you work towards something, you might be the best of the best, and you might pass up all the rest. That's going to take hard work. That's going to take effort. It's going to take believing in yourself. Well, except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on, and you'll be left in a lurch. And I wrote right here, we all have struggles. We may not all struggle at the exact same time, but in life, every single person has a struggle that they're faced with, and it's up to them to decide how to go about that struggle, how they're going to overcome it. Are they going to let it just get them down in the dumps, or are they going to try to lift themselves up and keep going? But we all have struggles at different times in life. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. So remember, we talked about that hard work and effort. When you get into a slump, you're definitely going to have to use hard work and effort to get yourself out. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right and 3/4, or maybe not quite, or go back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not. I'm afraid you will find for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. So you're going to be faced with a lot of choices and a lot of decisions, especially when things are uncertain, which it seems like right now, things for this little boy are very uncertain. You can get so confused that you'll start into race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place. For people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. Are these people doing anything about their problems? Are they problem solving? Are they taking the initiative to jump out and do something about their life? Or are they just waiting for something to happen to them? No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape. All that waiting and staying, you'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. So I wrote, just don't wait around for your problems to go away. What are some things you can do to be proactive? Are there things that you can do to solve your problems? With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy. So I'm hearing being prepared, being ready. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored, there are games to be won, and the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame. You'll be famous as famous can be, with a whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win because you'll play against yourself. So I want you to think internally, are there times when you are trying to build yourself up? You're not comparing yourself to others, but you're comparing yourself to your own struggles that you've had, or maybe the failures you've had, or maybe the positives you've had, and you're ready to grow and get better. You have to think back on those things, and then you're just thinking about yourself and not really anybody else. So sometimes that can be lonely. All alone. Whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go through the hack and cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. So you've got to keep pressing on, perseverance. On you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. And so I wrote here, face your problems. Don't just decide that you want to push your problems back and away from you, because then sometimes those problems grow bigger, whereas we face them head on, and whether we like it or not, sometimes there are some positives and negatives that come out of that, but we choose to look towards the positive and figure out those growing moments for ourselves. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And you will succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So I wrote, you are far more capable than you might think that you are. Sometimes it takes work and effort. Sometimes it takes patience. It takes a lot of growth, having a growth mindset about yourself, reaching your goals, figuring out what you're going to do to reach those goals, working hard. So, be your name Buxom Bam or Bixie or Bray or Mordecai Alley Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So, get on your way. All right, guys, don't forget, you're going to have a lot of places in life that you're going to go. You're going to have a lot of struggles. You're going to have a lot of success. It'll take some work. It'll take some grit, but you can have success. Love you guys.